Welcome Strategy Battle Gamers to another GBHL YouTube channel video. You're here with your channel host GBHL James, and today this is going to be the first in my series of GBHL James's hobby vlogs. Should have already seen hobby vlogs from Jamie, GBHL Jamie, as he's got the bit between the teeth and has been creating lots and lots of terrain for the journey book scenarios, which we're hoping to play for at some point, to really tell you the story of Lord of the Rings as done in strategy battle gaming scenarios. So what we've decided to do is we've decided between GBHL Jamie, GBHL Damien and myself that we would put together these videos, these sort of 2 to 5 minute videos maximum, together as a day's content where you get to see each of your GBHL team and what they've been up to in the hobby recently. So as you can see in front of you, this has been my latest project, and I'm hoping to make some real finishing progress with them while I'm ill at the moment. I've been a bit poorly. So as you can see, I am working on some eagles. Now originally this was my first eagle, which some of you might have seen GBHL Jamie field and myself. Fielded him quite a lot as Gwaihir. So let's see if we can get this into focus. So important when I'm showing you these models that we do get them into focus. This was my first attempt at painting and basing an eagle. I have to say, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous models to work with. And I was really chuffed with the end result of this. I was a bit disappointed with how some of the wings fit together, and if I was a bit more patient, what I should have done is I certainly should have filled in some of those gaps with some liquid green stuff. But as you can see, this was a pretty basic attempt at the painting. Literally just used the black for the sort of under feathers and a brown, just Rhinox hide for the over feathers, and then just lots of dry brushing. And this is the effect from the dry brushing, which I was really pleased about. And just an ink wash there, it's gone over the beak and the talons, and then sort of went back over that. And originally I thought that's great, really chuffed with that, and based on how I normally base it as well. But I love these models so much, I did fancy bringing an eagle army. So I did make an attempt at some more. So my next eagle was this guy down here, and he was a different colour scheme. So as you can see here, I went for lighter brown. This was, I can't remember what brown this was. Was this? No, I can't remember which brown it was, but a bit of a lighter brown, and went for the sort of a sharpty bone under feathers and head. So it's got a bit more of that kind of golden eagle look to it. And this time I really just tried to improve some of my wet blending on it, but I didn't use too many colours. So hopefully you can kind of see that in some of the detail there. Now I have to say one thing about washing or ink washing some of the models is that it does leave a bit of a shine. So if any hobbyist could give me a few tips on how to get rid of that shine, that would be great. And I really liked the colour scheme of this one. Again, I wish on some of the bits I'd have filled in where I've glued it together. And that's pretty much the finished result of that. And again, sort of based how I like to base it. There's a few tufts in there. I like picking out the rocks, and then of course a bit of flock. So it looks like he's flying across the plains. Then we've also got my next attempt, so my next eagle, and that was this guy here. So what I'll do is I'll turn the camera on and off so I can get a nice bit of focus, and you can see a bit of better detail there. So with this guy I really tried to improve sort of my wet blending on his feathers. I did want him to be a bit darker, so I really worked up from that dark layer, inked him, and then just sort of pulled it up. I don't know if you can sort of see that there, but I was really chuffed with how he was turning out, apart from the shine on him, and this is the underneath as well, so it gives you an idea of some of the painting there. Now I did go for a yellow instead of an orange with his beak and claws, which I found a bit tougher, and sort of experimented with how to really sort of bring out the eye of the bird, if you can see there. And then also had to experiment with sort of highlighting up from the black. So with the black, sort of built it up with some darker greys up into the lighter greys, to highlight there. Not completely happy with the result, I have to say. It does make it look a bit too sort of grey and wishy-washy. I'm going to have to find a bit of a different way to highlight with the highlight up from black. And I've heard some suggestions at using like either a light yellowy brown or even a sort of turquoisey colour can be quite a good idea when layering up there. So he was my next eagle, and again, very, very chuffed with him. You'll notice here that I've got a Gandalf the Grey mounted. Now, unfortunately, I cannot take any credit for this guy. But as gorgeous as he looks, this was bought pre-painted, and I've just put a couple of tufts on the base just to make it match, but it pretty much fits in with my other guys. And I want Gandalf to be effectively leading this force. So I've got a 600 point army in mind, where we've got Gandalf the Grey mounted. You've got Gwaihir, you've got the 3 eagles, and that leaves over 25 points. And what I'm thinking of doing is, what a few people have decided to do with Gwaihir not being particularly effective, is to get Alfred in there. So a bit of a cheesy combo there with Gandalf the Grey and Alfred perhaps, but just trying to sort of mite up Gwaihir and make him the beast that we'd all like him to be. And speaking of Gwaihir, this is actually the official model of Gwaihir. I was very disappointed with this model itself. It was papery thin in certain points, didn't stick together particularly well. It's not as good as the plastic eagles. Now, I've not finished this guy. I've actually experimented with a couple of different sort of colour schemes on him, but I don't know if you can see there, I have started the highlighting process on his wings, which I'm reasonably happy with so far. And I just need to continue that highlighting up onto the high feathers. But at the moment he's still got that shine, which has come from being inked. So Gwaihir's not finished yet, but he's going to be obviously trying to lead this force. And I've got his base ready there. I think with the bases, I'm quite happy with how they've turned out, but I just want to bring out a bit of different colour, so I might put a couple of Rohan shields on there, some red shields, sort of tie it in with the fact that I'm a Rohan player. Maybe a couple of casualties, or even do a rock like I did on this one, or some ruins, or something or other, just to really bring this force together. So this has been my hobby vlog. These are what I've been working on at the moment. And next up, after I finish these eagles, I'm going to be working on the 3 hunters, so look forward to seeing those soon. Make sure, as always, that you comment, like, share and subscribe. Support your Hobbit hobby, and happy strategy battle gaming.